I'm building an exchange. Yes, okay. Exchanges, they are the best business models. We all know that. I'm a US. I think I'm into the exchange game of trading exchanges. No way. Actually, I don't know. I'm building an exchange, I'll tell you that much. But I have a market in my mind that will be 100% kosher here in the States. I know that Coinbase is here in the States as well. I just don't really want that heat like that, nor that responsibility. None of that. Something to think about. But I have a market that I would like to build an exchange for right now. Totally kosher. I know the rules behind it. I know the regulations. I'm not over here trying to be Brian from Coinbase and have to have all that heat all the time, dude. No way. I know a better market than that. So let's go ahead and look into this. First off, let's go to ChatGPT and let's talk about these ideas. As I say that, dude, as I say that, it's like, oh, I probably could build a better Coinbase, dude. I could build a better Coinbase for sure, but that's not the intention. It's not the intention. Can you please walk me through the process of thinking through this problem I have? I would like to build an exchange like Coinbase, that you're able to trade crypto on. I am a U.S. citizen and I'm a little afraid of the regulation heat that may come me, and I like to load more than that. So, what do you think? What are the regulatory landscape in 2025? Think it's worth the risk? I have a market in mind here that is 100% kosher and regulation in case this crypto exchange isn't the one. But very interested thoughts on forwards and keep everything kosher. But you research because I'm paying for it. Hey, you're in a question that requires a deep dive U.S. landscape. It'd be centralized, centralized exchange. Easy. You don't need to have on or off ramps. Send crypto. I love it. I live in Pico. I just don't really want the regulatory and want to follow the rules and The kit is an Asian exchange, and I am very well by add the value of that customer and sleep of the. That's the other one. Other idea here. It's gonna be fun, dude. What's up, Dad? Bro, you moved to Vegas? You live out here or something? Excuse me. I forgot your other. I know you got two. That down. So that's here, and this is gonna take a minute. This is deep. Using ChatGPT 5 to build an exchange, probably crypto. Speaks over there about this. I don't like farm. I just want deep chunk, and we'll move from there. Some dirt about that. Oh, okay, something back to it. Now, love it. I just ain't. I did it out there Sunday. Yeah. Okay, so this game, get a new just start building this mo because I'm pretty good at crypto exchange. I do very fine. I'm not ready. I'm gonna ask what 7 minutes already being comment. Fuck, that's really 7, dude. That's fire. After we built that, I love the computer. Look at that. No, this is 7. We around here. You got already. Okay, I'm gonna do GitHub. Moon. Let's call it add, create moon dev. So moon dev here. It's gonna be unless it is me. Unless love your content, dude. Haven't been around for a minute. Still to escape this effing corporate grind. Awful, dude. You inspire me a ton, my guy. In Discord, I'm Happy Hatred. That's right, dude. What's up, Happy? How you doing, dude? Okay, so this is exploring for me, but while that happens, I've just made a new GitHub here. Go to copy repo. Let's go to C in that hoe and then code dot. Nice, dude. Sicker. Every day I'm getting sicker and sicker. Then build a read me here, and we got our deep research. Let's scoot ass.
I was gonna make it. I just ain't know. This world is what you make it. You create your own environment. It all division. And you can.
Right, MD. Curse not. This. Trade. Okay, so we got the README here. Perfect. Paste chats. I thought I just updated you, shorty. Okay, so Moon Dev Exchange. Actually, I haven't used Grok 3. I haven't used Grok 3 yet. How you like it? Benchmarks wise, I don't know about that. Chatbot Arena. Chocolate, early Grok 3. Wow, dude. Cool. Proprietary here. Looks like it's the best, dude. How do you use it? Is this Grok right here? Grok. Grok 3 here. Thank you, dude. Billy Chili. Code me a backtest using backtesting.py. Use the VWAP and the SMA. Use Yahoo data that downloads within the code at the start. And then go ahead and please send me back the full code. So let's try Grok 3 right here. Everybody been talking about it. Email the code, dude. I ain't never asked for no email, buddy boy. Let's say Grok. Let's say just BT out here, just a funny bunny. Let's see how Grok do. Pip install Y finance. Okay. You need Twitter Premium. It doesn't work right now. This isn't working for me. I feel like this is working. Twitter Premium. They have a Twitter Premium for $30 or $40. What? Where am I? I got this bug. Please fix. So many AIs, my guys. So many AIs. I'm excited to see read through this research report, because I think this is going to be very illuminating. And I'm pretty confident I know what market I want to build this exchange for. Pretty sure I don't want to do crypto. I'm like not sure, but we'll see. Bug. Never mind. You must have the model running. No, I ain't got the model running. I do not. I just logged on Twitter like you told me to, dog. Can you get Grok 3 locally? So the Grok 3 is here, and as a whale user, I wanted to know if it's a big deal, though I know it's unfair for DeepSeek R1 to compare to Grok 3, which is trained on 100K H100s, but I was curious about how much better Grok 3 is compared to DeepSeek R1. So I tested them on my personal. Grok 3 and Deep 1 are practically neck and neck in these. Both models handle complex reasoning. Coding. Grok 3 leads in this. Its code quality, accuracy, and overall answers are simply better than R1's. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if it fixed this back test or if it's just a commodity like all of these AIs are. AI is a commodity. I'm the fucking thug. You're the thug, dude. You're the only one that's gonna make it happen. These AIs, they're cool and all, but you're the one who gotta come up with the idea. They're all pretty good. They're all pretty good. Got it. I will research the regulatory requirements for launching a centralized crypto exchange in Puerto Rico in 2025, specifically focuses on compliance needs while avoiding unnecessary headaches. I will also assess the feasibility of running an exchange without fiat on-off ramps, potential licenses needed, and how to operate legally while maintaining a low profile. Additionally, I will compare this with the regulatory landscape for an advertising exchange, highlighting the pros and cons from a client compliance and operational standpoints. I'll get back to you soon with a detailed breakdown. So she spent 7 minutes. Okay. Launching a centralized crypto exchange from Puerto Rico in 2025 requires navigating both Puerto Rico's local requirements and U.S. federal regulations. Puerto Rico offers tax incentives and but U.S. territory, meaning laws and regulators like the SEC, CFTC, and FinCEN still apply. Below, we break down key regulatory considerations, licensing and compliance steps, differences if operating crypto only versus with fiat, strategies for maintaining owner privacy, current enforcement trends, and a comparison to running an advertising exchange. We conclude with takeaways and recommendations for building the exchange in a compliant yet efficient manner. Licensing and compliance in Puerto Rico versus U.S. mainland Puerto Rico licensing requirements. Any businesses engaging in money transmission in Puerto Rico must obtain a money transmission license from the official commissioner of financial, OCIF. Notably, Puerto Rico's definition of money transmission explicitly includes handling convertible virtual currency, e.g. operating a crypto exchange. In other words, a crypto exchange based in Puerto Rico is required to go through the same licensing process as a money transfer service. Binance.us, for example, secured a Puerto Rico money licensor in 2022 to serve customers there. This entails a formal application via the NMLS system, background checks, AML, compliance, program, audited financials, and meeting minimum net worth and bonding requirements. Puerto Rico mandates 500K net worth, a 500K surety bond for one office, and 100K in liquid assets. The application process takes 6 to 8 months with fees around $2,500. In short, Puerto Rico does not have a light touch crypto regime separate from the US. It requires a more license like many US states. Federal registration. In addition to the license, a Puerto Rico exchange must register as a money service business with FinCEN. FinCEN classifies any business that transmits or exchanges value that substitutes for currency, which covers cryptocurrency, as an MSB. Even crypto exchanges are generally considered MSBs under federal law. Registration with FinCEN is not a license per se, but a compliance obligation under the Bank Secrecy Act. It requires implementing an effective AML program, KYC, identity checks, record keeping, and large transactions. FinCEN's MSB registration is mandatory regardless of Puerto Rico's status. Being in a U.S. territory offers no exemption from federal AML laws. FinCEN itself emphasizes that it does not issue licenses, and MSBs must also comply with state territory licensing in virtually every jurisdiction.
Still to be happy about.
You're up too old.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Puerto Rico's regulatory framework aligns with the broader U.S. system. You'll need a money transmitter license, FinCEN registration, rigorous AML, KYC controls, just as you would in the mainland. And the federal regulator, SEC, CFTC, will assert jurisdiction over trading activities, securities, and leveraged products. Regardless of the exchange's physical location, Puerto Rico doesn't offer a unique set of crypto rules. Rather, it offers tax advantages, discussed later, and a single licensing jurisdiction. Does dropping the fiat reduce compliance? Operating a crypto-only exchange, no direct fiat Crypto withdrawals can slightly simplify certain aspects, but does not eliminate core regulatory requirements. The main difference is the absence of banking relationships. If you don't touch fiat currency, you won't need bank accounts for customer funds, ACH, wire, on-ramp. This means you avoid banking partner due diligence and certain money transmission triggers that explicitly involve fiat. In some US states, the legal definition of a money transmitter hinges on handling monetary value. A crypto-only exchange may be exempt from money transmission requirements in some states, but not others. For example, a purely crypto-to-crypto platform outside the statutory scope of a few state licenses that haven't updated the cover of virtual currency. This patchwork can reduce the number of state licenses needed marginally. One illustration, Montana has no money transmitter licensing at all for any currency. So operating there, crypto only avoids that hurdle. However, in most jurisdictions, Puerto Rico's no, blah, 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 benefits of crypto only. The practical advantages is you can avoid banking compliance, blah, blah, blah. Risks and trade-offs, going crypto only is not compliance. Panacea. You may reduce some licensing. Okay, so in summary, crypto-only operations moderately reduce complexity but do not remove regulatory obligations. Privacy and low profile. Regulatory risks and enforcement trends, lessons from Coinbase. The crypto exchange industry has been under intense regulatory enforcement, and new entrants must heed the warnings from recent actions. By 2025, U.S. regulators have signaled both a hard line and on compliance and a possible shift towards clearer rules. Aggressive enforcement in 2023. SEC sued Coinbase and Binance. In Coinbase's case, the SEC highlighted that it made billions unlawfully facilitating the buying and selling of crypto asset securities. This is too hot for me, dude. It's too hot for me. Enforcement meets pushback. AML and sanctions. Key lessons. Compliance first mindset. That's what they need. Whoever does this needs a first mindset. But I already got another market in mind. I got another market in mind because this market is sticky, B. It's sticky. So compliance contrasts crypto exchanges versus advertising exchange. To put the crypto regulatory burden in perspective, it's useful to compare it to a very different kind of online business, an advertising exchange, a platform that connects advertisers with publishers, website owners to buy and sell ad space. Operating an advertising exchange in the US has its own rules, but the compliance requirements are far fewer in complexity than for a crypto platform. Licensing. Generally, a digital advertising or ad tech business does not require special financial licenses. There is no equivalent of a money transmitter license or SEC registration for running an ad exchange because you're not dealing in monetary transactions on behalf of customers in the same way. What about an ad exchange that, say, lets you buy 1,000 app installs or 1,000 website clicks, but then allows you, say, at $2, and then allows you to sell that back in the case of you don't want them, but then also lets you redeem for. So my thought was, hey, you could have real companies buy 1,000 clicks for a certain niche at $2 a click, and they can redeem them and actually get those clicks, or they could sell them back at whatever price the market is valuing them at. So the price might go up or might go down. Would this turn this into like a crypto exchange where all the licensing is needed? And yeah, it's just kind of an out there idea I had. I know we can just have a one-sided ad exchange market, and that's totally regulatorily chill and all that good stuff. But that other idea I just said, can you look into that a bit and flesh that out? Is that chill? And how would that even work, really? Let's put that deep research on, B. Yo. Creating a market where ad inventory, clicks, and installs can be bought, sold, or redeemed at fluctuating prices. Before I dive into the regulatory landscapes and mechanics, could you clarify a few points? Is the reselling limited to companies actually using the ad inventory, or can anyone speculate on ad prices? If it's purely advertisers, it might be closer to a prepaid service. If anyone can, it might resemble a financial instrument. Would these ad credits be tokenized? No. I would assume that to start, it would just be companies that can buy or sell in the inventory, because they need to at least be able to redeem it, you know? But maybe in the future, anyone can. But obviously, we want to stay away from anything with financial instruments. Would these ad credits be tokenized? No, they would not be tokenized. It would just be an internal system. Would there be a mechanism guaranteeing fulfillment of ad clicks? Yes. So we would only sell what we can fulfill. I think this is a bad idea. But just because I read your question about, is there an automated market order book? Yeah, I don't know how to go about that. So maybe you can just tell me more. What am I researching today? I'm researching exchanges, dude. Researching exchange. It's good to see you, dude. I'm glad you're back. Artel. How you doing, bro? Yo, 777. Jonah says this is for search arbitrage. Search arbitrage got me interested in it. It's not gonna be specifically for search arb, but Casper, what's up, dude? Casper. Coolian, what's up? On Solana? Bro, we made whitelisters 1.8 million accounts. Want to see them? I don't know what that means. What do you mean whitelist traders? Yo, just got my 777, dude. Much love. Just got my first test yesterday. Learned so much here. Here's a dogma-free future. Thank you, dude. 777, dude. Jane says, wow, won't this take a lot of time to run, or is it just for you, the boot camp? I think anything's going to take time. Anything's going to take time, but I'm not launching a crypto exchange. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But I got a lot of time. I got a lot of time. I have earned every single minute. I wake up when I want to wake up, and I go to sleep when I want to go to sleep. An advertising exchange, a platform that connects advertisers with publishers' websites, owners to buy and sell ad space. Operating an advertising exchange in the U.S. has its own rules, but the compliance requirements are far fewer in number and complexity than a crypto trading platform. Generally, an advertising exchange or ad tech business does not need special financing licenses. There is no equivalent of a money transmitter license or SEC registration for running an ad exchange, because you're not dealing with monetary transactions on behalf of customers in the same way. You might need a standard business license like a company, and perhaps a sales tax license if applicable, but no unique government body that pre-approves the operation of an ad marketplace. In the marketing sphere, even activities like being an influencer or affiliate marketer typically do not require special license, though they must follow advertising standards. By contrast, a crypto exchange must clear multiple licensing hurdles before launching. Anti-fraud and consumer protection. The primary regulation on advertising businesses comes from protection laws. The SEC oversees advertising practices, sure they are not deceptive or unfair. All marketing and ads must adhere to truth in advertising rules. Claims in ads should be substantiated and not misleading. The FTC can take action, fines.
Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, how you're going to do it. Decide. And then from that, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, you know.
The compliance mainly involves having legal review of ad content and following guidelines. For example, requiring that sponsored content is posted by influencers in summary, and ad exchange must ensure its customers' advertisers follow the law. The exchange itself should have policies to prevent fraudulent ads, scams, false claims from circulating. These obligations are important, but ad hoc. There's no routine filing or audit by the FTC unless an issue arises. This is a stark difference from a crypto exchange, which is subject to continuous AML program requirements and potential examinations by financial regulators. Data privacy and security. Modern advertising exchanges deal heavily in user data for targeted ads, so privacy laws are the main compliance focus. In the US, there is no single federal privacy law yet, but states like California have enacted strict laws. The California Consumer Privacy Act and the updated CPRA are consumer rights over personal data. Okay, so these are true. Financial transaction advertising exchange does not involve payments. Advertise pay for ad placements does involve payments. Ad payments and receive revenue. However, these are typically treated as commercial payments for services, not as money transmission. If the exchange simply facilitates ad bidding and instructs payments via credit card through invoice, it's not holding or transmitting money for the public in the sense that triggers MSB laws. Many ad exchanges use third-party payment processors or have advertisers deposit funds, which are then paid out to publishers after taking a commission. It's not holding or transmitting money, okay, as long as the exchange isn't positioning itself as a money transfer service outside the content sales, it usually doesn't need MSB. For caution, some larger marketplaces that hold client do obtain these, but this has not been a common requirement in ad tech historically. So unlike a crypto exchange, an ad exchange is not by default subject to BSA AML. Cost risk. The cost of compliance for crypto exchange is vastly higher. You need a dedicated compliance officer, possible legal. By contrast, an advertising exchange compliance costs revolve around legal review and IT. Important, but generally a fraction of the cost. In short, running an advertising exchange is far simpler in regulatory terms. You focus on good business practices, data privacy, and honest advertising, which I feel like I can do. I can do those three. No problem. Running a crypto exchange adds layers of formal regulation, oversight, and legal uncertainty that requires resources. I could do that too, but I'm just kind of lazy. For an entrepreneur, this means the threshold to operate legally in crypto is much higher than in advertising. It's a reminder to be very deliberate in compliance for the crypto venture, and perhaps an explanation of why some talent and investment might choose ad tech over fintech. I've always chosen ad tech over fintech, dude. Key takeaways and recommendations. You need a money transmitter license via on ramp. The failures of exchanges like that, dude. So, advertising exchange as a benchmark. Recognize that a crypto exchange is inherently far more regulated than an advertising exchange. By following these recommendations, you can build a strong compliance foundation. Sources. Okay, let's go ahead and see what she said down here. Dude. Understood our research whether a two-sided ad inventory exchange where companies can buy, sell, and redeem impressions, clicks, fluctuating prices will fall under financial. In 2025, I'll also explore best practices for structuring such a marketplace while staying clear of financial exchange regulations. Additionally, I'll look into different ways to manage pricing, such as order book models versus automated pricing mechanisms, and assess the operational feasibility. I don't even care about this question too much, but I'm interested a little bit. GM Maureen, what's up? Building exchange, did I read that right? You read it right, dude. Yo, what's up, Rybear? How you doing? 777 Artail, 777 Jane. I did wonder. 777, dude. I did wonder. 777, is this for a research search arbitrage? 777, that's what it is for. Let's get it, B. Let's get it. Regulatory feasibility of a two-sided advertising exchange. Launching a two-sided marketplace for buying, selling, and redeeming impression clicks requires careful navigation of both financial regulations and advertising industry rules. Below, we analyze key considerations and offer recommendations for building and operating such an exchange legally and efficiently. Regulatory classification under U.S. law. Not a traditional securities exchange. Ad impressions and ad clicks are not or investment contracts. They represent advertising opportunities delivered to an audience. Therefore, a platform trading ad inventory would not be classified as a securities exchange in the traditional sense. Ad inventory lacks the characteristics of a security, no ownership, interest, or dividend, and buyers are purchasing it as service rather than investing in common enterprise. The consumptive, redeemable nature of impressions, if they are used to display an advertisement, distinguishes them from speculative financial instruments like stocks or bonds. Participants buy ad space for immediate or future advertising use, not to hold as an investment expecting profits from a third party's efforts, so the SEC's securities law are generally not triggered. Potentially commodity characterization. Under U.S. law, the Commodity Exchange Act, CEA, defines commodity very broadly to be goods, services, rights, and interests. Senator Elizabeth Warren has even argued that digital advertising impressions traded on an exchange could fall under the definition. If deemed a commodity, ad impressions in theory could come under the commodity futures trading. However, this mainly matters if the ad platform offers derivative trading, futures, options, swaps on ad inventory. Simply buying and selling ad space for use, a spot market, is more akin to normal commerce. In fact, even if ad impressions are commodities, the CFTC's focus is on derivatives markets and risk shifting instruments, not the spot sale of commodities themselves. As one legal analyst noted, buying and selling ads, even if it does occur on an exchange, is more akin to spot trading of actual commodities, far closer to used cars than U.S. Treasury swaps. In other words, a marketplace for immediate or near-term ad inventory looks like a commercial exchange of services, not a regulated financial exchange. Impact of the always redeemable inventory. Designing the ad contracts to be always redeemable for actual ad placement strengthens the argument that these are commercial sales rather than speculative instruments. If a company purchases an impression or a click, it can redeem it to run an ad. This is analogous to buying a gift card or a coupon for a service, which are generally not regulated as securities. The redeemability ties the transaction to a real advertising delivery, reducing the likelihood that regulators view it as a purely speculative trade. It's similar to the concept of a forward contract for a commodity. If two parties agree today on a price for a future ad campaign and intend actual delivery of the ads, that contract can be seen as a commercial agreement rather than a tradable security. U.S. commodity law specifically exempts forward contracts for non-financial commodities intended to be physically delivered from the definition of swap futures. By ensuring each traded unit is tied to a genuine advertising service obligation, the platform can emphasize it is facilitating pre-purchases and transfers of ad space, a business activity, not creating an investment product. Recommendation: avoiding financial exchange classification. To stay outside the scope of securities or commodity exchange, the platform should keep transactions tied to real ad delivery. For example, if an impression is sold, it should either be immediately delivered or scheduled for delivery to an actual ad campaign. This maintains the commercial nature of the product. Avoid speculative features like leverage, margin trading, of course. Limit participation to industry players, commercial users, rather than opening it up to retail speculators. More on this section 5. When only advertisers and publishers who actually need the inventory participate, the platform looks like a B2B marketplace. This reduces the risk of being viewed as a trading venue or investment or trading venue for investment purposes, since participants are transacting in advertising objectives, not purely financial gain. In summary, a two-sided ad exchange would not be deemed as a securities exchange and likely avoid CFTC commodities exchange registration if it focuses on facilitating spot and forward sales of ad space for real usage. The always redeemable nature of the inventory underscores that these are utilitarian purchases, helping differentiate them from speculative financial instruments. Advertising industry regulations and compliance. Launching an ad exchange means complying with legal and ethical FTC truth in advertising. I'm very aware with all of these. Industry self-regulation and standards. FTC emerging on ad tech. It's worth noting that regulators are increasingly scrutinizing ad tech companies as they should. Transparency and fair dealing requirements. Additional considerations: if the exchange deals with specific categories of ads, there may be content specific. We'll keep it chill, keep it chill, dude, keep it chill. Operational models for pricing ads. I'd be curious about this. Current ad exchanges are programmatic platforms, use a variety of pricing mechanisms. Understanding these will inform how a two-sided buy-sell marketplace can price impressions or clicks dynamically while staying compliant. Real-time bidding, live auction mode. The dominant model in programmatic advertising is real-time bidding. In real-time bidding, each ad impression is sold via an instantaneous auction and it becomes available. Advertisers bid through demand-side platforms and the highest bidder wins the impression, paying a clearing price determined by the auction rules. Traditionally, exchanges use second price auctions where the payer wins 1 cent more or pays 1 cent more, allowing advertisers to bid their true value without overpaying. However, in recent years, there has been a shift to first price auctions where the winner pays exactly their bid price due to industry moves for transparency and header bidding dynamics. Most large exchanges, including Google's, now use first price auction. Your exchange could implement an auction-based pricing model. First price is simplest and most transparent. What I want you to do, okay, I've decided I'm going to stick with the one-sided marketplace to start. We'll just fill the inventory, and we want to emulate something like AppLovin ads or Google ads where people can buy inventory, pick their specific niches, go through our tool of kind of like the drop downs of, hey, this targeting, that targeting, females, males, age, these demographics, these interests, etc., etc. And it will just be like a walkthrough, just like I guess Facebook Ad Manager is, but a little simpler, of course. And then they can start running their ads. So walk me through a plan to get this done. And yeah, I'm a Python dev, so I can do Python code, but I can also switch it up to any other language if needed. Two-sided down the road, I think. Because there is some regulatory stuff with two-sided. We read it. I did want to read this part though. Avoiding retail investors, quality and trust, regulatory perception. Yes, in the initial stage, it should only be. I'm only gonna only allow actual advertisers and publishers. Restrict the exchange to vetted qualified participants, primarily real estate or real advertisers, agencies, and publishers. Okay. Damn, this is just a lot, dude. Traditionally, exchanges use second price auctions. Most large exchanges, including Google, your exchange could implement an auction-based pricing model. First price is simplest and most transparent. This approach is well understood and compliant as a standard commercial practice. This approach is well understood. Just ensure the auction mechanics are clearly disclosed. A fair auction model with no collusion or undisclosed price manipulation. Programmatic guaranteed. Not all ad inventory is sold via open auction. Programmatic guaranteed deals allow an advertiser and publisher to pre-negotiate a CPM. Essentially, it's a direct sale using the exchange's infrastructure. For example, an advertiser might reserve 1 million impressions next month on a certain site at a $5 CPM. GM. Okay, I mean, this is pretty interesting to me. Could be a cool thing. Cool thing to build, dude. I'm gonna focus on video ads for apps and embedded ads, kind of like search ads, not search ads, but link click ads on websites. And shoot, even like embedded video on website would be pretty cool. Or not embedded, but like pop up or embedded video would be pretty cool. Um, we'd be sourcing our own traffic to fulfill. We can use any place to source traffic. There's a bajillion places for traffic. Essentially, the targeting will allow us to build a customer landscape, I guess, of the what they're targeting, and then go fulfill that traffic. Essentially, we'll be like an aggregator of traffic and have a one-sided market where people can buy it, and then, for example, the company doesn't want to advertise on 82 different platforms. We'll handle all that, and then eventually we'll have our own inventory on those platforms, whether that be through mobile apps or websites. We'll connect through a piece of code, an SDK. You know, I'm a Python dev, so that shouldn't be too hard to build. I think the first price auction is the best mechanism, so they'll put in their max price per install or per click, and then we'll fulfill that. We'll have a dashboard that they can see the number of clicks and installs that they get.
Don't run with the pack. If everyone is trying to solve the same problem, or a whole group of people. If that's the latest and greatest thing to do, don't do that. Do something original. Don't follow the pack.
We will do all the ad serving. It's a good question, actually. Freeman, what's up, dude? I'm gonna give her these answers. The idea for now is a client can, or an advertiser can go to our website, the ads, and then they'll be sent to the dashboard where they can see. Well, they can log in, buy the ads, pick the targeting by the ads, and then they can log in to see the stats coming through, the clicks they got, the installs, etc. To start, we can use something like AppsFlyer or Tune to do the tracking of the install for app installs, and then we may need to build something custom here for clicks on websites. Okay, I think that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one, dude. Starting research. Thank you, Data Dog. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Damn, bro. This takes forever, huh? It spits out a lot of stuff, dude. It spits out a lot of stuff. Okay, so let's get to the GitHub. Let's get this trash out of here. Grok 3 trash. Grok 3's trash. Not trash, but Moondive Exchange. Okay, so first price auction. User can pick their targeting. We fulfill based off that. To start with manual sourcing, but quickly move to automated by getting an SDK installed or pixel on website. Ad formats, video, app ads, website, image, links, and maybe website vids. I don't know. Stream vids. I don't know if that's a thing because it's like Google and whatever. Stream vids and maybe website vids to build list. Build list. Lander. Get your AI agent discovered. Start here. I mean, start with I don't know about AI agent, but get your AI app discovered. I don't even know about that. It doesn't matter. But sign up flow to a dashboard where they can deposit, then start picking an ad. Creating an ad, or well, they can create an ad. They can create a campaign, and launch it. That's it. So I need to build that, and I need to figure out what technology to use for that. Sign up flow to a dashboard where they can create a campaign and launch it. Tracking server to track clicks, installs, watches, etc. Yeah, that's gonna be fire, dude. What type of technology would you guys use for this? Me? Python, but probably not TypeScript. Crypto broke says, crypto broke, dude. Crypto broke. He said, "Hey, bro, I'm dying." You are too dramatic, dude. You were broke, bro. You're broke. Come on, B. You ain't broke, dude. You could do it all. I'm dying to do a stop loss limit order. I can't, man. I have been using AI to help, but nothing. Negativity, bro. Much love to you, dude. You could do anything, dude. Just flip your sentence around, change your username, and come back again. 777, bro. Much love to you. You could do it all. You could do it all. You deserve it all. Come on, blood. I do have some news in here. I kind of want to go over. Remember the daily news? AI. FBI accuses North Korea. SEC is abandoning its biggest crypto lawsuits. Crypto president no more. Trump's tariffs have wiped out $1 trillion in value since December. Oh my God. Illegal crypto ATM operation, conviction, Bybit exchange hack. U.S. judge dismisses SEC law. Oh, wow. Judge dismisses SEC lawsuit against Hex founder. Wow. Potential AI investment bubble. Research from Deutsche Bank warns that the current 340 billion surge in AI investments like Meta, Amazon, Microsoft could lead to a significant economic downturn, reminiscent of the past financial bubbles. Photographer challenges AI image replication. Renowned photographer Tim Flatch has criticized AI-powered image generators for replicating his distinctive style. You're cooked. You're cooked, Tim. You're cooked. We are too, dude. You're cooked, bro. You're cooked. You can't come back from this. Coders, writers, we're all cooked, bro. You better adapt. You better adapt instead of yapping and complain like a little hoe. Artists protect UK copyright law. I'm sorry. Baidu's upcoming Ernie 4.5. Amazon's Alexa Plus introduction. Amazon has unveiled Alexa Plus, an enhanced version of its voice assistant, incorporating advanced AI capabilities. Features including generating dinner recipes, sending messages. Alexa Plus is free for Amazon Prime members. I'm about to finally use my Alexa, dude. I'm about to set that up. Set up Alexa finally. I've been had them. I just don't use them. Now I'll use them. Finally, dude. China's travel advisory for AI experts. Chinese authorities have advised leading AI entrepreneurs and research to avoid traveling to the US due to security concerns. Damn. The directive aims to protect confidential information about China's AI progress and prevent potential detentions that could be used as leverage. The US, China advised leading AI entrepreneurs. That's insane, dude. That means don't. You're not allowed. Google's AI workforce directive, Sergey Brin, co-founder of Google, has advised the company's AI teams to work a minimum of 60 hours per week to maintain a competitive edge. Oh my God. That's hella funny, dude. Caution in using WhatsApp for business. Lloyd's Banking Group. G20 debt relief. See what these tasks is looking like, son. Tasks. I want all these at 8 a.m. It's funny, right? So 8 a.m. every day. This is when I should be on, dude. Let's add one. Let's add a couple because these are slick. Remind me every day at 8 a.m. any automated trading or algorithmic trading news or trading bot news. Algo trading, automated trading, trading bots. Anything else, dude? Advertising. Every morning at 8 a.m., give me all of the ad tech news. Perfect, dude. See how this shorty's been doing over here. Okay, so we got it. We got what we need, and this is gonna be a fucking book, dude. put together a detailed roadmap for building a one-sided ad marketplace focused on video ads for apps and embedded link videos on websites. The plan will include technical architecture, backend, front-end database, and infrastructure setup for handling ad purchases, targeting and reporting, traffic aggregation and fulfillment, how to source traffic initially and integrate with third-party traffic providers, bidding and price mechanisms, implementing a first price auction for clicks and installs, ad serving and tracking using AppsFlyer Tune to install tracking and a custom tracking system for clicks, user dashboard and reporting, building an advertiser dashboard for campaign setup, tracking, and reporting. I'll get back to you with a structured development roadmap here. Roadmap for a one-sided video ad marketplace. This roadmap outlines a step-by-step plan to build a one-sided advertising marketplace focused on video ads for mobile apps and embedded link video ads on websites. It covers the technical architecture, traffic sourcing strategy, bidding model, ad serving and tracking, advertiser dashboard and compliance, and scalability considerations. Development is staged from an MVP through full-scale launch with recommended technologies and best practices at each step. Design a robust architecture with clear separation of concerns between the ad-serving backend, the advertiser-facing front-end, data storage, and infrastructure. In early stages MVP, start with a simple but scalable stack. Later evolve into distributed services as demand grows. Key components include backend ad server, a server-side application responsible for handling ad requests, running auctions, selecting the winning ad, and recording impression clicks. For the MVP, a single backend service like Node.js or Python Django can manage both ad delivery and campaign management. As you scale, consider a microservice approach, e.g. a dedicated real-time bidding service, a separate reporting service, etc. All communicating via APIs. Ensure the backend supports targeting logic, matching users to campaigns, and campaign fulfillment, pacing budgets, capping impressions. The system should support all essential technologies for efficient ad serving. The ability to connect to web inventory via JS tags. Recommended tech, Node.js for asynchronous handling of many requests, or Go for high throughput. For the ad serving engine with REST JSON for communication. Front-end dashboard, a web application for advertisers to purchase ads and monitor performance. Use modern JavaScript framework like React or Angular. React for the front end. To build a responsive, intuitive UI, the front end communicates with the backend APIs to manage campaigns and fetch reports. In the MVP, focus on core flows, login, campaign creation, reporting dashboard. With a basic design in later phases, enhances UX and add real-time features. The front end can be served as a single page app, backend by an API server. Could be the same backend or a dedicated front end server for security. Use component libraries or admin templates to accelerate development. Yo, 777, did you test Grok? I did. In my opinion, it's not very good at the accuracy and gives great ideas in libraries. For example, you can give in the screenshot. Yeah, I tested Grok today, actually. It just seems the same as all the others, to be honest. So I'm not here to tell anybody which is the best or which is the worst. I'm just using them all. And I think 1 year in 1 months and 10 years, they're going to be different. I was bringing every them. I didn't even know it was good for them. The front end communicates with backend APIs to manage campaigns and fetch reports. In the MVP, focus on core flows like login, campaign creation, reporting,
it's
dashboard.
something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Period.
With a basic design, in later phases, enhance UX and add real-time features. The front end can be served as a single-page app backend by an API server, backend or dedicated front-end server. Use component libraries or admin to accelerate development. Bases to store advertiser accounts, campaigns, targeting criteria, and aggregated stats. Start relation like SQL or MySQL for consistency. Dude, that SQL, it's like, man, damn. Anybody got a good SQL in here? It's like open source MySQL. It's not MySQL. It's MySQL, like Data House or something. Somebody threw it to me a while ago and I can't think of it right now. Do you guys know any? It's like warehouse. It's yellow and black. It's yellow and black, I feel like. It's a yellow and black website. Railway. And I really wanted to try it. I think I'm going to use that. Just because I'm a nerd, dude. Postgres. No, it's not. It's like, it's a yellow and black website. Let's ask AI. Yellow and black SQL database. Yo, 777 Neocran. What's that SQL database like alternative that is like it's yellow and black, the actual website? I just can't think of the name. And it's like a database that is open source. Black Duck, no. You know, what is that database? Let's say open source, base road, no. Open source database. ClickHouse. Yellow and black, my nig. Yellow and black. Yellow and black. Found it. Database. For high-speed lookups, e.g. matching and ad requests, eligible campaigns use in-memory caching to store active campaign targeting. As the network grows, consider splitting hot data active campaigns from cold data, old logs. Ah, interesting. Infrastructure and DevOps. Host the platform on a scalable cloud infrastructure, AWS, Cloud, Azure. In the MVP, you might be able to deploy on a VM, platform as a service. As you grow, use Nginx or cloud load. Logging and monitoring are critical from day one. Reporting and analysis analytics pipeline. In addition to the main transactional database, plan a pipeline for analytics, data, impression clicks, installs, logs. Initially, the MVP can tally basic metrics in the SQL database, but this will strain the DB as volume grows. A best practice is to log raw events. MVP architecture versus scale. In summary, start with a clean, modular, monolithic application to validate the concept, then gradually split components. Design me a short, concise, brief MVP that I can test. So obviously there needs to be a front end, and they need to be able to log in and pick some small amount of targeting and pay, and then see their stats on the back end. But let's just make a super clean, short MVP and the stuff I need to use. I'm a Python developer. I will use Node.js if needed, or React if needed, be the cleanest. But I just know I'm a Python developer. Will add some time to it. Traffic aggregation, fulfillment here. Damn, this is just a lot of slop, isn't it? MVP architecture for scale and summary. Start with a clean, modular, monolithic application to validate the concept and gradually split components. Add delivery, tracking, reporting into separate services as it grows. Choose from cloud services that won't need a rewrite at scale. For instance, using cloud managed databases that can scale and with good performance by implementing a foundation. Architect marketplace to reliably handle ad purchases, targeting decisions, fulfillment, and reporting even as increases. Traffic aggregation and fulfillment. In the initial stages, focus on aggregating inventory user traffic from third-party sources, then progressively shift to proprietary inventory via direct integrations. A one-sided marketplace means your platform's primary users are advertisers. Supply, publishers, app traffic is managed by you behind the scenes. The strategy is twofold. Phase 1, bootstrap via third-party traffic. To kickstart the marketplace, let's say free waterfall. Kickstart the marketplace, partner with existing ad networks and traffic sources to supply impressions. For example, you can integrate with ad exchanges, SSPs, or mediation platforms that have video inventory. This might involve using their APIs or tagging integrations to pull ads. One approach is using white label services, white label exchange, or XML feeds where you buy traffic programmatically and serve your advertisers ad to it. Interesting. In practice, ad networks typically work by placing a code snippet on the publisher's site, which contacts the ad server and returns an appropriate ad based on the user and page content. You can leverage such mechanism in reverse, connects your system as an advertiser on existing networks, arbitraging traffic. Additionally, consider direct deals with a few publishers' website or app develop your niche. Offer to pay them your videos to get initial during the parsing ensures you can fulfill campaigns even without an established publisher base. However, monitor costs and quality closely. If you promise advertisers pay per install or click, ensure the traffic you source can be acquired at a sustainable cost relative to those payouts. Proprietary inventory integration in parallel. Start building your own supply integrations to reduce reliance on middlemen.
You know, it's something that truly exists in all of us. It's very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it.
The SDK should handle caching and displaying video ads, possibly as a reward of videos or interstitials, reporting impressions, clicks back to your server. By integrating apps directly to your ad network SDK, developers gain access to your advertiser demand and you gain exclusive inventory. For websites, offer an embed snippet JavaScript tag that publishers insert into their HTML. This snippet calls your ad server whenever a user visits the page, sending context, site ID, and ad unit keywords, and returning a video or a link to display. This is akin to how AdSense and other ad tags work. A small on the page communicates with the ad network servers to fetch the most relevant ad based on the user and page. Over time, aim to integrate a critical mass of apps and sites via your SDK. This proprietary inventory will improve margins, no revenue share to third parties, and give you more control over ad delivery. Fulfillment and ad delivery. Whether using third-party or direct supply, implement logic to fulfill campaign goals. This means if an advertiser has bought 10,000 installs on a budget of 50 Gs, your system should deliver ads across inventory to hit the goal without overspending. Early on, a simple rule-based fulfillment works, e.g., evenly distribute impressions for a campaign throughout its flight dates, cap at a daily budget, and stop when the total budget or install count is reached. As you scale, introduce smarter pacing algorithms that adjust delivery based on time of day and performance. Also enforce frequency capping. Don't show too many ads to the same user to avoid burnout, and targeting fulfillment. Use RSOC type warming up to ensure that ads are high quality users. This can be done with AI if I know enough about their offer and targeting. That's edge though, dude. That's edge. Also enforce frequency capping, okay. Scaling supply partnerships, okay. In later phases, consider expanding supply by integrating other channels, CTV, video platforms if relevant, or partnering with mobile OEMs for pre-installed app recommendations. But ensure that you add more inventory sources, you maintain quality control. Use ad verification tools or manual review to ensure your video ads are shown in brand-safe environments. Eventually, your proprietary SDK and site tags can support a marketplace of publishers. Though initially, you might manage publisher relations one by one. By full launch, the goal is to have a robust supply network consisting of your integrated app sites providing the majority of traffic, supplemented by selective third-party inventory for additional scale. This two-pronged approach, third-party then first-party inventory, ensures you can source traffic from day one and smoothly transition to a more controlled, profitable inventory supply as the platform matures. Bidding and pricing mechanism. Implement a first price auction model for allocating impressions to advertisers where the highest bidder wins and pays what they bid. Advertisers on the platform will set a max bid, either as a cost per click or cost per install, depending on whether their goal is clicks to a website or app installs. The ad serving system uses these bids to decide which ad to show for each opportunity. First price auction model. In a first price auction model, the winning advertiser pays exactly their bid amount. as opposed to a second price auction where the winner would pay the second highest bid. This means if advertiser A bids 5 CPI and advertiser B 4 for the same ad slot, A wins and will pay $5 for each resulting install. Similarly, for CPC bids, the winner pays their full bid on each click. In first price auctions, advertisers place a fixed bid per impression or outcome. The highest bid wins, and the winner pays that amount. This model is straightforward to implement and transparent to advertisers. They know what they'll pay. Ensure the backend's auction logic is optimized. It will run for each ad request. On each incoming ad impression opportunity, retrieve all campaigns eligible, e.g. those targeting the user's country device and with remaining budget. Then select the winner by comparing bids. If all bids are in the same unit, say eCPM, it's a direct max comparison. CPC versus CPI handling. Since some advertisers bid per click and others per install, the system needs a way to compare these bids in a single auction. The solution is to convert every bid to an effective CPM, cost per 1,000 impression, for apples to apples comparison. For example, a $5 CPI bid with an estimated 10% conversion rate from impression to install. Interesting. $1 CPC bid with estimated 5% click-through rate equals apply per impression 50 or estimate rates. Okay, that whatever. Bid budget advertised board should allow, say, a max bid control. Pricing transparency and controls here. Ad serving and tracking. A fast, reliable ad serving system is critical for delivering video ads to users and tracking the outcomes, clicks, installs accurately. The ad serving workflow spans the moment an ad is requested to the post-click actions. Key considerations include compliance with video ad standards, integration with mobile tracking SDKs for installs, and building a robust click tracking mechanism for web. Ad serving delivery. When a user in an integrated app or website triggers an ad request, your backend selects a winning ad via the auction. For video ads, it's best to use industry standards like VAST, video ad serving template, to structure the ad response. The VAST response can include the video URL, duration, click-through URL, and tracking pixels for various events. Start, quartiles, completion. Your mobile SDK or web tag should be capable of parsing and displaying the video in a video player supporting VAST. VPaid for interactive or rich media is important because many advertisers provide VAST compatible creatives, and it ensures compatibility with video players. For example, if an advertiser provides a VAST tag from their ad server, your system should be able to execute it or at least extract the media. In the MVP, you might simplify by directly hosting the video files and a static end card, but plan to adopt VAST as you work with more partners. Ensure the ad is delivered quickly. Use a CDN for video content so the large files stream from a nearby edge. Interesting. The goal is minimal latency from ad request to ad display. Also handle cases no ad fill. Impressions and tracking. As ads are served, the system must log impressions and clicks reliably. An impression is counted when an ad is displayed. For videos, perhaps when video starts or after a few seconds of your billing policy. The SDK ad tag can trigger an API call or pixel to your server to record the impression event. For clicks, implement a redirect service. When a user clicks the ad, they can be taken to the intended landing page, app store, or website via a tracking URL. For example, the ads click could be your ad server click, blah, 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 blah. Your server logs the click with the ad campaign. Yes. Okay. Sick. Mobile install attribution here. AppsFlyer Tune integration for app install campaigns integrate with mobile measurement partners like AppsFlyer and Tune to attribute installs back to your ads. MMP integration is essential because the app install happens outside of your direct control in the App Store. The typical flow when your ad is clicked instead of directly to the App Store, redirect the AppsFlyer tracking link or incorporate their SDK logic. AppsFlyer will record the link or click, then send the user to the App Store. When the app is installed and open, the AppsFlyer SDK in the app detects it and attributes it to the click.
Die on a treadmill. You might have more talent than me, you might be smarter than me, but if we get on the treadmill together, right, there's two things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die. It's really that simple.
To set this up, register your platform as an MMP. AppsFlyer has an onboarding process for ad networks and implement the required APIs. For MVP, focusing on one MMP AppsFlyer is very common among advertisers is sufficient. Ensure that when you send a click to the App Store, you include the AppsFlyer attribution parameters, and backend can receive install callbacks, e.g., an endpoint that updates the campaign stats when an install arrives. Similarly, Tune, formerly Has Offers, can be integrated in some advertisers if some advertisers use it. You would use Tune's track and listen for their postback. The result is reliable CPI tracking. All right, so I just want to check one thing, dude. This app loving chart is disgusting. Meteoric run, dude. Meteoric. Oh. 20x, dude. This business model doesn't work. I don't know what does. Web conversion tracking. If you also support post-click conversion tracking for web, say an advertiser wants to track signups after you can implement a simple conversion pixel or event tracking on the landing page. This is less critical if your pricing is CPC since you charge on click regardless of conversion, but it can be a value add reporting metric. For example, generate a unique click for each ad click and provide the advertiser a small script to place on their conversion page that calls you. This would let you calculate conversion rate and optimize traffic sources. However, this is phases. The primary tracking focus is on clicks and installs, directly tied to billing. It's actually a good idea. Start with stream ads that have a website that is dynamically changing as OBS can see that change, similar to how I had subs on the screen. And then the tracking link is in the description. And that is dynamic. Okay, this is a good idea, dude. As I'm a streamer, I think it would be good to roll this out close to home and make it something super simple. So in OBS, I was able to share my subscriber count on the screen super easily because I just put the link to YouTube's subscriber count, and I was able to crop it out in order to only see that subscriber account. Now, in my mind, we could build something that allows streamers to run custom ads from the perfect fit advertisers. So the advertiser could log in and be like, hey, I want to run ads on Aiden Ross's stream or this person's stream or that person's stream. And it will just be a small ad section on their stream that can dynamically change throughout the stream. And to go along with that, we could have a dynamically changing link that's in the description. Plus, we could have like a QR on the screen. So I'm thinking, it could be like an image ad or even like a looping video because, we can just have OBS recording the screen of this page. And we can have multiple pages, right? Because there might be multiple types of ad buyers. But this would allow us to have image, video, text with a QR or without a QR so they can scan that on screen. And then also a link that is very easy to attribute to because the link can be in, for example, the YouTube description or the Twitch description. And that can be a dynamic link that is connected to the ad that's on the screen, and that ad that's on the screen is just hosted on a website, right? Because OBS allows you to screen capture a website, and that can dynamically change, and we can keep it in sync with what's in the link below. I think since I am a streamer, having this competitive edge to start at least would be a good idea. Also, I can backfill a lot of these ads as I can probably be the last waterfall in all of them and just have them linked to, my stream or something like that I could pay for or whatever. But since I'm already a coding streamer, I have some connections, I have the know-how, the work with OBS, and this way, instead of entering the advertising market trying to attack after AppLovin or Google, I'm making my own lane, and then later we can expand into their lanes and come at their necks. Please make me a short, concise, brief MVP game plan for this idea. That's not bad, dude. It's not bad. I like that. I like that a lot because you don't want to go into an industry and try to go after the GOAT right away, do you? I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you do, dude. But I got my eyes. I got the whole vision. I know the people. I know these mofos, dude. So let's get it. Let's get it. But let's get in our own lane first. What lane are we in, dude? Well, hell. I like thinking like that. When you take over a niche, you go very, 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 very specific, dude. Very specific, dude. This would be sweet on the IP, intellectual property blockchain. Interesting. The IP blockchain? What the fuck is the IP blockchain, dude? IP blockchain? Don't know what that is. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you for making me aware of something I don't know of. Compliance and scalability. Real-time bidding dashboard, targeting options. I think this is the play, to be honest, because you stay in your wheelhouse. Stay in your wheelhouse for now. I'm not trying to attack this stuff that's already getting attacked, dude. Yeah, I like this better. I like this better. Intellectual property, maybe? Yeah. I mean, I just don't know what blockchain that is. I know what IP is. I know what IP is. Reliability and uptime. Incremental scaling and testing. Yeah, see, we've already moved on, dude, so I'm going to keep it scrolling. I'm not about to read all this slop, dude. Here's a concise MVP. I was on the phone, Moon. What is it that you're building now? An ad exchange. I'm not building anything. I'm just researching. Here's a concise, clear MVP plan that you can quickly test, leveraging your Pythons and making use of React for a polished front end. So MVP here, goal, sign up, create a campaign, pay for ads, view simple campaign stats, core functionality, user authentication, simple sign up, login, sections with JWT tokens. I'm not using a platform. Campaign creation, upload videos, creative, set destination URL, app store or landing page, basic targeting options, country, platform.
Talent you have naturally. Skill is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
Budget input, payment integration, ad delivery, clicking ads, okay. Technology stack, clean and fast. Flask for lightweight APIs. SQL plus Postgres. JWT for secure authentication. Stripe Python. Attribution, React frontend. I think this is the clean and dirty way to do this, dude. Quick and dirty, clean and dirty. So I need a React developer. Anybody know React? Anybody out there know React, dude? Anybody really good with React and have some dope sites, dude? That would be helpful, bro. That'd be helpful. Can't be in the US though. No USA people. Y'all are good. So, I think this is the play, dude. This is a good move. Much better way, dude. Much easier. Cursor can build React. Ah, Jane, thank you. You're right. You're right, dude. You're right. I could just use Cursor, dude. Don't forget to address the anti-click fraud mechanisms. I've seen a lot of people getting burned over the years with PPC and crappy ad networks. Absolutely. It's huge. I think this ad format, to be real, this will be a cool one. Yeah, of course, that's a huge thing. Anti-fraud. That's like where them comes into play. Right. I got to be able to detect fraud clicks versus non-clicks but I don't know. I think that's going to be not too hard. I think it's going to be a cat and mouse game, obviously. I hate fraudsters. They're so annoying. Bots and shit. Build good bots. We build good bots, dude. Tracking and analytics. React is good if you don't mind JavaScript. The best research, deep search, and Grok 3. Thank you guys. Rico, what's up, dude? How are you? Lucas, what's up, bro? Tracking and analytics. Would it take long for someone who doesn't know how to code to learn? 6 months, 4 hours a day. 6 hours a day was my trippy kit, but you got AI now, dude, so I have no idea. Week 3, week 4, fuck that. Let's do week 1. Let's finish all in a week. How about that? Super simplified MVP flow here. Key tech components, Python oriented. Is this going to be for apps, SaaS also? I think I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, it can be anything. It can be anything. But I think what I'm gonna do is build a new ad framework, essentially. Not framework, but a new. Like, I don't know if there's stream ads. I'm just gonna start as I have the not a lot of inventory by any means, but I at least can speak the language. But yeah, it can be anything. It's not gonna be apps for now. It's not gonna be apps because yeah, apps the attribution is a little difficult. I know we can do it for sure, but I wanna start somewhere with power. Live engagement, lasting connections. I mean, this is my competitor now.
Of entertainment. The world's leading live streaming service, where creativity fills the screen and shared passions create vibrant communities. Where culture happens in real time, as viewers tune in to live, interactive content produced by countless creators found only on Twitch. Twitch brings the joy of co-op to everything, from cooking and makeup streams to professional sports and live music. On Twitch, brands don't just advertise, they become one of us. With credible influencers and loyal communities, in-stream integrations that deepen engagement, high-value sponsorships that strengthen relationships, and truly unique experiences that keep audiences coming back for more. Twitch empowers brands and communities to create together. That's the power of live, only on Twitch.
Thank you, dude. He says amazing content. Keep it up. Wrap up. Request Amazon Ads managed service. Thinking of joining your bootcamp. Nice, dude. I would say it's gonna take you like 3 to 6 months, dude. Self-service for via Amazon. Sponsored ads. Create campaigns for a single business or brand. DSP and sponsor ad. Create audio, video. You could use my new SaaS to find the influencers or niches to sell to. Nice, dude. Definitely hit me with that. Hit me with that. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Because yeah, that's obviously that's the ad filling side. Well, yeah, because I think the companies are it's a two-sided market, which is always hard. So this is gonna be a hard project, especially since I'm deving it too. But I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. I'd love to check out what you got, Jane. Amazon DSP and sponsored ads, create audio, create manager account. Running Twitch ads. I got beginner content, absolutely. I'm just 4 years in. Buying buying ads on Twitch as business. Here's everything you need to know. Communities, watchers, okay. What's the value of Twitch ads on Twitch? Streamers create content. Twitch takes a community first approach.
Shooting before, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4. Right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up.
Yeah, I think I'm creating a new ad format, dude. Okay, let's go back to our research here. This is a great idea. Leveraging your experience as a streamer and OBS functionality, it introduces a dynamic advertising system for live streams. Before I draft a concise MVP game plan, I need a few clarifications. Well, I think image ads, text ads, and looping video, as it will be super simple to do, as it's just going to be hosted on a website and OBS will be looking at that. So I think, obviously muted videos, it will be quiet videos that will be looping, or static images, or text. I think all three of these formats are super easy, since at the end of the day, it's just going to be on a website and OBS will be watching that website that changes. We're gonna have, let's say, they can pick male, female. They can pick a few different categories. We won't make it super in depth right now. I think to start, we could just do simple browser overlay, as we can just put in the link, their custom link, and this will be their custom ad overlay. So I think each streamer would probably get their own link that would show their ads constantly. I don't know how we would do this in order to only run while they're live. So maybe we'll check if they're live or something. Or there could be an easier, quick, and dirty way. It'll be prepay, and they can pick their placements. But for example, like, they can pick their placements and then start a campaign. Say they have to put in, I don't know, $500 or something. I think that's what AppLovin did to us back in the day. So it keeps out any like lazy lookers. We just want real businesses in here that are actually willing to pay at least $500, and then as they fulfill, as the clicks or views whatever it's based on, or CPM, as it fulfills, their dashboard will show the fulfillment and what channels they were on. I think to start, we'll just do clicks, cost per click, as that will be the easiest way. Again, we want to make this an MVP. Yes, the click tracking and QR tracking, those will be clicks attributed to that streamer. So as I'm a streamer, I could think like I could have my own little link that is dynamic and it changes with the ad that's being shown on my personal ad link. So again, I think each streamer will have their own ad page or something, and that will change, and the clicks that they get will be attributed to their custom clicks. But the tricky thing is there might be 6 different ads that change throughout the stream, and as they change, the dynamic link that we build for the description should change the link and also attribute to them. This is fire, bro. We got 2 contest winners today, so I'm actually posting that in the Discord right now. You can see the back test, all that good stuff. Yes, dude. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I like this idea a lot, dude. All right, so I get so many people coming to my channel and saying, "Hey, Moondev, can I run your bots and make $1 million? Can I make a bunch of money off this overnight?" And the answer is always no. So algo trading is automating your trading strategy. Now, if you're a trader, you know that you have to have money in order to trade. If you are starting at $0 or close to, I actually do not recommend algo trading. I do recommend you learn how to code, because I believe code is the great equalizer. And if you learn how to code, you will be able to build anything for the rest of your life. Now, I understand that you might be thinking this is a way to get rich quick. It's just not. Algorithmic trading is very, very hard, and you have to build your own edge. Now, I show it on YouTube because I believe code's a great equalizer. And if it gets you motivated to code, then dude, I've done my job. You've learned how to code. Okay, so how do you actually make money with coding if you can't just make money out of thin air with algo trading? Again, if you have cash that you have and you're trading it successfully or even unsuccessfully, that's a different story. You can automate your trading and you can earn a yield if you find an edge. But if you have no money, how do you make that first $100 or the first $500 or first $1,000 or whatever, dude? Go to the Clips channel. The Clips channel in my Discord. Go to the moondev.com in order to get in the Discord. Go to the Clips channel, because you can see here I have so many great videos on my YouTube channel. And there's so many pieces of gold that I literally want to watch. If you clip them into short, concise videos and upload them to YouTube, you literally can make passive income. Here's the earning structure for you. You literally just take any of my videos and you go and you clip them up. You go ahead and use CapCut if you'd like, or you can use this AI agent that clips them for you. You can look more into the clips channel here on the Discord and see the full walkthrough, including a training video here. But essentially, long story short, is I have super long videos and there's gold in those long videos. Your opportunity here is to build a whole business based off of my videos. Essentially, you take the long videos and you make shorts. You can use CapCut here as I show you, or you can use the AI agent. Go read through this post. You can see you get paid $69 per 10,000 views. And if you get 30,000 views in a month, that gets up to $89. If you get 50,000 in a month, that gets up to $100. So you get $500 for 50,000 views, and you literally don't have to make videos, which is awesome. So this is just for the people that need to build up their cash before they can actually trade, or you just want to learn how to code while watching my videos. I think this is the best thing for those that do need help actually making money, because again, I don't want to suggest to go spend your last $200-300 on algo trading, because it's just not the game for small size investments essentially. So here's a good way. You can have all of my YouTube videos. You can go to my YouTube channel, download those if you'd like.
Talent you have
but I
naturally.
also put them in the
Skill
Dropbox.
is only developed by hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft.
So I'll put them in the Dropbox, videos for clippers. You can just download these videos and then clip them up. Again, I show a full training here, and I actually will add another training here. But this is what you're interested in, how much you get paid per videos. You literally post these videos, and you can see some examples here of other people doing this, and they're doing a great job. They're making better videos than I have, because my videos are too long, and I get that. But I'm not here making videos. I'm here working on my algos. So I need somebody else to do this. And this is just a great opportunity for you if you are in that situation where you have time and you want to learn how to code. If you want to learn how to code, then there's no risk to this, because you literally are only you're gonna watch my videos and learn how to code and then clip them up to make them shorter, so you'll watch them again essentially. And yeah, I look forward to it. Just head on over to the Discord and the clips channel to learn more. There's a couple training videos. Just read through this whole post here. I'll update it frequently. And yes, long story short is, if you're trying to make money overnight, dude, algo trading is not for you. But you can make money by clipping these videos and finding the good parts and uploading them to your YouTube. And that's pretty much passive income. So enjoy. It's in the Discord. Go learn everything, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, so I get so many people coming to my channel and saying, hey, Moondev, can I run your bots and make $1 million? Can I make a bunch of money off this overnight? And the answer is always no. So algo trading is automating your trading strategy. Now, if you're a trader, you know that you have to have money in order to trade. If you are starting at $0 or close to zero, I actually do not recommend algo trading. I do recommend you learn how to code, because I believe code is the great equalizer. And if you learn how to code, you will be able to build anything for the rest of your life. Now, I understand that you might be thinking this is a way to get rich quick. It's just not. Algorithmic trading is very, very hard, and you have to build your own edge. Now, I show it on YouTube because I believe code's a great equalizer, and if it gets you motivated to code, then dude, I've done my job. You've learned how to code. Okay, so yo, show me, dude. I'm doing some recon. Is the Solana.transaction import signature? Is the Solana.transaction import signature outdated? I don't know. You tell me, boo-boo. This MVP will focus on a simple dynamic ad serving platform tailored for streamers. Advertisers can prepay for campaigns, choose basic targeting, and streamers will have an OBS compatible browser overlay that dynamically updates ads and links in real time. Clicks and QR scans. Is there some sort of way to have this done even more custom for OBS? Like, is there a type of feed we can send in that can overlay super easy? And what is the development time cost for that, opposed to how we're attacking it right now, where we're just having it look at the website? Let's check this out, dude. Why do you write so much, cuz? Streamer focused dynamic advertising platform here, MVP roadmap. Objectives and overview. Develop a minimal viable product that allows advertisers to serve dynamic ads on live streams with minimal setup. The focus is on rapid development and deployment using simple but scalable solutions that enable quick testing and iteration. The MVP will cover core functionality end to end. Advertisers can upload creatives and target basic streamer categories. Streamers display ads via an OBS browser overlay, and the system tracks engagement, clicks, and QR scans in real time. A lean tech stack with ready-to-use services will accelerate development while laying a foundation that can scale as the platform grows. Core MVP features an implementation plan, ad for its video ads. The MVP supports multiple ad types, so advertisers can use image banners, short text messages, or looping muted video ads as creatives. Provide a simple upload interface for each format. A text editor for copy, an MP4 WebM for videos. The backend will store these creatives using a cloud storage service for scalability. The catalog their metadata. Format, duration, if video, etc. Initially limit video length to ensure smooth playback and enforce no audio on videos. This ensures the overlay can seamlessly display any of the three formats without complex processing. Basic targeting and selection. Category-based ad placements implement lightweight targeting so advertisers can choose where their ads appear based on broader streamer categories. For MVP, use a few basic filters such as gender, male, female, of the streamer, self-reported or obtained from profile. Okay, see, this is better. This is better. This is more clear. This is a clearer play. Instead of going in a market I don't know. Targeting. Start with a focus on streamers, as I have buy and sell inventory. Target advertiser can target streamers and age ranges. Okay. Game genre or content category. Gaming. Content category. Content. A few content categories. A few content categories. Maybe, and their age range. Okay, perfect. During campaign creation, the advertiser selects desired categories from dropdowns. The system maintains a list of participating streamers with their attributes. Streamers could set these on sign up or pulled via a platform API. At runtime, the ad server will only serve an advertiser's ads to streamers that match the chosen categories. This simple rules-based targeting avoids complex algorithms and is easy to implement with database queries. Select streamers where gender equals male and genre equals action. In the MVP, if no targeting is specified, ads can run on all streamers by default. This gives advertisers some control over audience relevance while keeping the selection logic simple and fast to develop. Ad hosting and display, unique overlay URL per streamer. Each streamer gets a unique browser URL to include their streaming software. Each publisher gets unique URL. Our system will generate a lightweight HTML JavaScript page for each streamer and polls and displays the appropriate ads. The overall page connects to the backend via periodic